It's 8 o'clock in the morning in the labour ward of the Juba teaching hospital in South Sudan.
The delivery couch is supposed to be having a sheet or Macintosh, which is not there. We are supposed to have towels draping the mother so that we deliver this mother in a sterile environment to prevent the rates of infection, but they are not there.
This brand new country is the size of France and Germany combined. This hospital is considered to be the best and most well-equipped there is.
There is not enough space even in this fridge to have all the medicine kept here. You can see how they are so crowded. The wall is wearing out. It needs a lot of repair. These cement are all breaking. Look at it.
South Sudan is the world's most dangerous place to give birth. More maternal deaths occur here than anywhere else on the planet.
They come at late time when the woman has been labored at home. They brought the woman just completely in 4 months. Even if the doctor sometimes will be called, the woman will just die on the process of arrival of the doctors.
Hemorrhage, infection, hypertension during pregnancy and unsafe abortion are all major factors that contribute to the high maternal mortality rate. However, it is the lack of adequately skilled birth attendants that is the greatest threat of all.
A 3 shift that we have a qualified person in every shift, it doesn't happen. Most of the time we are having it in the morning hours. So if the morning shift, they have done well, the second shift will not carry on what has already been established. They will stop somewhere. So there will be a kind of disconnect. You can't follow the mother continuously.
But finally, change is underway. Many of these men and women marching on International Nursing Day are trainee midwives at Juba's first college of nursing and midwifery.
Hey, I am very happy because of the day of the midwife. They are the one saving life of the children and the mother. So I am very happy to be a midwife.
When these trainee midwives graduate in 2013, they will become the first qualified midwives trained to diploma level from within the country. As South Sudan takes its first tentative steps as a new, peaceful country, the welfare and survival of the future generation is in their hands. The Juba Teaching Hospital was built over 60 years ago when Juba was just a small town within what was then Africa's largest country, Sudan. Since then, Juba has become the capital of South Sudan, and with the population growing daily, the hospital is becoming increasingly overstretched.
The labour ward actually cannot take the whole Juba. Many years ago, it was not full, it was not congested. It served its purpose at that time, but not now.
Layla is a community midwife. Like most other midwives operating in South Sudan, she has only ever received 18 months of basic midwifery training. Layla is 8.5 months pregnant herself, and this morning it's her shift on the labour ward.
Right now there's no IV line. We are missing IV line. So even those who are in labor pain, we don't know what to do. At any time, cases like postpartum hemorrhage, maybe a woman will just collapse. So we need to give her IV fluids. But if the IV line is not there, we don't know what to do.
The labour ward next door to the delivery suite is rapidly filling up with both mothers who are about to deliver and those who have recently given birth. This woman can wait no longer and waits desperately by the delivery suite door. Finally, a bed is cleared for her in the corridor outside. The orange bin at her feet is all that's at hand to aid the delivery. the baby is delivered safely. Unwashed, the bin returns to where it was before. Back in the delivery room, Layla has more immediate things to worry about. This baby still isn't breathing. Using rudimentary apparatus, the two midwives battle to resuscitate him. Finally, the baby draws his first breath and colour returns to his cheeks. He will be fine.
The woman was trying to push. There's a friction of going backward. She's pushing and the descent is going back because of the cord. So it was around, just rolled twice and it becomes short. So it has delayed the progress.
In spite of the challenges, Layla is positive. Compared to how it was when she started 6 years ago, she believes that things are improving.
Things was not like before. By then you can even, every day at night, you will find a maternal mortality rate every day. Women are dying during labor. They die during pregnancies. Babies die during labor. But nowadays we don't have that numbers.
The Juba College of Nursing and Midwifery is located within the Juba Teaching Hospital grounds. The Real Medicine Foundation, together with St Mary's Hospital on the Isle of Wight in the UK, jointly collaborated with the Ministry of Health to set up the college in an attempt to improve the quality of skilled healthcare workers.
Real Medicine identified the training of registered midwives as a priority. This is because they are the first-hand help a pregnant mother gets at facility level. We might be able to improve infrastructure, donate equipment, but if we do not have professional and skilled birth attendants, our efforts are useless.
Scattered from all over the 17 states of South Sudan, these trainee midwives are well aware that the most dangerous places to give birth are back in their own communities, where health facilities are virtually non-existent. Yet in spite of the challenges, they are determined to make a difference.
So how many of you, when you graduate, would like to stay and get a job in Juba, and how many of you would like to go into the community? So if you'd like to go and finish when you work and go into communities, can you raise your hands? And how many of you would like to work in Juba?
Practical lessons for the students takes place on the labour ward. College principal Petronella Wawa visits the ward to find out how they're getting on.
We are now going into the delivery room where we have a trained personnel assisting a mother to give birth. We have a student which is being trained for 3 years so that she can become a skilled personnel to deliver a mother successfully. Yeah, Nyeri, around the equipping. I'll take the babies. This is one student of the second year in midwifery course attending to a mother, and she has delivered her successfully. It's a big joy for us to have this training so that we have more of midwives who can assist our mother to have a successful delivery.
You need to use a gauze so that you see.
Senior tutor Rosemary Kanuya from Kenya is there to ensure that the students take extra special care of the mother after the baby is born.
So she's doing active management of that stage of labor, which has been proved to control postpartum hemorrhage, that is bleeding after delivery, when mothers die, so many of them because of the bleeding. Yeah, so we have encouraged them to do active management of that stage of labor.
Infection prevention is essential when it comes to reducing maternal mortality rates. Yet despite their training, even in the most well-equipped hospital, the students are hindered by a lack of adequate facilities.
Here we are conducting delivery and there is rubbish nearby, and this is supposed to be a sterile pack for delivering the mother, and the drums very poor, We need new drums. These drums are used for sterilizing. So if this is the best hospital and we have in this manner, you can't imagine how the other hospitals outside are.
And then you support this side and also use this hand to move.
For Rosemary, the lack of hygiene is a constant frustration.
Infection is one of the 5 first causes of maternal mortality, and we do not have infection prevention in our maternity here. We have just seen a woman delivering on a Macintosh that has been cleaned with plain water. That for sure, another woman coming in, we do not know the level of infection that may have been left there. So it is possible that the next one can pick. You will assess the condition of the baby immediately as you put the baby on the mother's abdomen.
Cezerina is a second-year midwifery student, and next year she will be among the first of the college graduates. After months of studying in the classroom, tomorrow will be her first day of practical training on the labour ward, and Rosemary gives her some last-minute tips.
We are expecting that the baby has now gone through the 6 movements, the mechanism of labour. So after delivery of the head, you wait for restitution to take place. And congratulate the mother.
Congratulations.
A safe delivery using a plastic mannequin is one thing, but reality on the labour ward tomorrow will be a whole different matter. For Cezerina, it's a daunting prospect.
I hope tomorrow I'll be very strong. All those which I put in my heart that it is scaring, but I'll be very strong and firm tomorrow. I'll do my best.
Without time even for a basic introduction, Cezerina is immediately put to work. This mother lying on the floor arrived last night and is evidently in great pain. Due to a previous caesarean scar, the labour is not progressing normally, and there are concerns that the baby and the mother are both in considerable danger. With all other midwives busy, Cezerina is asked to wheel the patient to the operating theatre. The only trouble is, she's never been there before and has no idea where to find it.
Males.
On arrival at the theatre, Cezerina is still unsure where to go and waits in the corridor for a doctor to arrive.
I do not know where I'm going because this is my first time to come here in this theatre. So I do not know where I'm going. So when I came here, I was stranded. I have to be directed where to go.
Does it shock you that it's like
It is shocking.
As doctors prepare for the operation, Cezerina is put into scrubs, while a fellow student bids her good luck. The baby emerges alive but is covered in meconium, a sticky substance excreted by the baby during labour and often a sign of fetal distress. If inhaled, meconium can partially or completely block the baby's airways. Fortunately, another midwife is at hand to assist. She battles to get the meconium out of the baby's lungs fast. Finally, the baby shows her first signs of life. In spite of her distress during labour, this mother is one of the lucky ones. The Juba Teaching Hospital is one of the only hospitals in the region capable of performing caesareans. Her baby is fine and the surgery has gone well. Back in the labour ward, however, there is bad news. This 19-year-old girl arrived late last night. Abandoned by her family when she fell pregnant, she was brought here by some teenage friends. With no money for transport, it took them 2 days to get here on foot, and she has just been informed that the baby inside her is no longer alive.
She's even scared because she has been told that the fetus is dead and she's scared. We are just trying to convince her to understand the situation and to cope up with the situation.
Outside, her friends explain to the senior midwife that they are too scared to take her home for fear of what her mother will say.
The mother say if the time this girl impregnated, she chased this girl out from the house. And she say now they are fearing to tell the mother this news because the mother says she don't want to see this girl with the baby.
Later, the young girl finally delivered, but during the labour, she hemorrhaged severely. Despite urgently needing a blood transfusion, she escaped with her friends in the middle of the night and hasn't been heard from since. South Sudan's health system has been shattered by decades of conflict. In this country, girls are more likely to die in pregnancy or childbirth than they are to complete secondary education. It's been an exhausting day for Cezerina, but still, she emerges positive and with a smile on her face.
They were asking me there, so you know what your work? I said, I don't know. I don't know. Let the other one help me. They said, no, if she did not come, you will do it by yourself. I said, all right, I will try.
The students at the Juba College of Nursing and Midwifery are the ray of hope. When they graduate in 2013, they will become the first midwives trained to international standards operating within the country. Their objectives:
I prefer to go and work in the village in order to educate the mothers. Whatever knowledge now I'm acquiring, I have to go and apply to them so that all the risks, what they're going through, should be reduced.
Undoubtedly, their greatest challenges still lie ahead of them. However, it is the determination of the students and their dedicated tutors to save lives that gives them the courage.
I first believe in myself in making a midwife. Therefore, I believe in the product that I'm going to make because I don't have two ways. I have to make a midwife who is going to save South Sudan women from dying.